Ladies and gentlemen, if you paid attention to my video yesterday, you would know very well that what happened over the last 24 hours is nothing but a fake out. Now, I very clearly listed that the top line of a channel and the 2021 all-time high both line up at 69,000. And so we very much needed to break 69,000, but it wasn't merely getting above 69,000 that mattered. It was about actually breaking it properly, closing a weekly candle above it. And unfortunately, the weekly candle we saw closing today, just, basically 6 hours ago, did not close above 69K. It closed right on top of 69K. On top of that, there was a hidden rejection line that I warned about yesterday, right? That we touched perfectly and rejected from. We're discussing both of these things today. We're also discussing, on top of, this is bad news, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, Bitcoin still looks excellent. So we're looking at some of the good stuff as well, such as USDT, which is in a breakdown, such as Bitcoin dominance finding resistance. It's great to see. And such as some stuff going on in the BLX that could be predictive indicators for a future top. Okay, so lots of things to discuss today across the board: the weekly candle, short-term chart, medium-term, couple of alternative charts. Let's get into it. Before we do so, we have the Bitcoin exchange, which is a 15% trading fee discounted exchange with my referral link down below. Simply sign up with my referral link. You'll get access to an exchange that's never been hacked before, that has hundreds of trading pairs, that's global, non-KYC, that's in the top 15 trading exchanges volume. And on top of that, if I could speak English correctly, I'll finish the rest of the sentence here. You will get access to a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account on every single buy and sell you make forever. So check that out. The link is down below. It takes 30 seconds to sign up. Let's get into the content. So about 50% of you think Bitcoin's going to be at an all-time high by the start of November. I wouldn't say that's off the table at all. It's not off the table at all. But I do think it's definitely not certain or guaranteed, especially considering what we've seen in the last day. A lot of people are getting maybe a little bit too bullish, a little bit too soon here. Now, Bitcoin's not in a bad place. It's certainly not in a bad place at all, but there is potential for a short-term correction here, okay? And I think the last 24 hours has proven that. We don't have to see it, but it's certainly on the table. I'm just saying, don't jump the gun. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't put the horse before the cart, okay? Actually wait for a valid breakout here. The difference between a, Bitcoin that's still in a consolidation structure that's lasted 200 days and a Bitcoin that's in a parabolic breakout is literally a few percent. I mean, there's really no reason to be jumping the gun here at all. And if we just go to the weekly chart, we can understand this very clearly. As I mentioned in the introduction, Bitcoin has been in the longest consolidation structure it's ever seen, right? 220 days, I believe, of basically mostly sideways consolidation with a few fake outs here and there, forming a very concrete descending channel formation with a strong resistance zone at 69,000, layering right on top of that descending channel formation resistance line. We need to break that place, guys. We need to break it on a weekly candle, probably. Now, obviously, if we get above there, we're at 74K by the end of the week. You don't necessarily need to wait for a weekly candle, because at that point, it becomes very likely the weekly candle would close above it. But what has just happened in the last 24 hours with this weekly candle is Bitcoin has proven to itself that the all-time high from 2021 is actually the critical breakout point. Because if we look at when we first tested the all-time high region back here in March, what do? We formed the exactly the same weekly candle, okay? Exactly the same weekly candle rejection from the exactly the same level that we just saw. And following that was 2 weeks of consolidation and correction before a break to the upside, right? That's why I'm not 100% on the bullish bandwagon yet, right? I'm macro bullish, don't get me wrong. I'm talking about short term, okay? The last time we did this, the exact same structure, we saw 2 weeks consolidation. Am I saying we're going to see that again? I actually don't know, to be honest with you, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. I'm just saying, as I said before, don't put the horse before the cart. This is a clear test of resistance, a clear rejection from resistance, unfortunately. And it's not just a weekly chart rejection. If you go through to the shorter term timeframes on Bitcoin, you see the exact same things. On the Bitcoin hourly chart, you've got some sort of ascending wedge formation, something like that. I can't necessarily identify a valid bottom line, perhaps something like this. It's not perfect, but it does look pretty bearish, unfortunately. Consecutive 3 highs right there with descending volume in the upwards trend. It's not the end of the world, but it's certainly not the best news. Bearish divergence in the RSI as well, not looking particularly great on short term, with that hidden resistance zone that a lot of people aren't taking into consideration. A lot of people will actually, what I warned against yesterday was jumping in right when 69K breaks. I told you very clearly yesterday, 69,000 is a very major level. It goes back 3 years from the previous all-time high. And the channel, the top of the channel, goes back 7 or 8 months. Okay, this is a critical level that you can't really be jumping into on an hourly close, right? You need to be waiting for longer time frame closes. You need to be waiting for much more evidence. And if you listened to me yesterday, you wouldn't have been, jumping into massive positions there, because what we've done, as per this line right here, is seen a fake out, rejected from that line vaguely, come back down. We haven't broken down yet from this structure, but if we do, it wouldn't surprise me if something like 66.5k is on the table, even all the way down to something like 65k could be on the table, to be quite honest with you. And the good news is, going back to the good news, because I don't want to make this overly bearish. I'm not bearish right now. I'm just telling you that the reality is that we've rejected here. The good news is we have lots of breathing room for Bitcoin. So this is why I'm still macro bullish. Breathing room is abundant right now. We realistically could go all the way back down to 60k. We could all the way back down to that center line of a channel formation. Wouldn't be a problem at all. Look, maybe 61k, something like that. That's where the bull market support band is. Going all the way down to the bull market support band again would not be the end of the world. As long as we're closing weeklies above that level, it's fine. We're still maintaining the upwards trend as well with higher lows. So Bitcoin's got lots of breathing room. There's really no rush here whatsoever. I mean, we only just got back on track, cyclically speaking. What do I mean by that? Well, if we're talking about historically, we can do this very, very quickly because I do it often. You're probably bored of this by now. Historically speaking, it takes Bitcoin about 1,100 days to breach all-time highs from the prior bull market. 1,100 days there, another 1,100 days over here. And this time it took about 850. But if we ignore what happened in March, which is an overvaluation due to the ETF, you're talking about Bitcoin breaking all-time highs in November. And of course, we're just entering that region now. So we're just getting back on track. There's no rush. Really, if Bitcoin did decide to go down for 2 or 3 weeks, it actually wouldn't be the end of the world at all. And I know that sounds incomprehensible to some people because they're sitting here and they're thinking, oh my God, Bitcoin's been consolidating for hundreds of days. Can it just hurry up? I understand that, but I'm talking about the cyclical health of Bitcoin. I would love that as well. It could certainly happen. But if it did decide to just go down for another 2 weeks, it really wouldn't change anything. Everything would still be intact on the macro scale. It's not just Bitcoin we're looking at. When we're talking about Bitcoin breaking out, we're talking about crypto breaking out. We also want to look at Ethereum as well, because Ethereum and Bitcoin foreshadow each other's price action. If Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum does the same. Sometimes Ethereum will front run Bitcoin. They work hand in hand. And Ethereum right now is actually still at very concrete resistance, right? It's got a resistance line right here in yellow. It's got bull market support band. It's got a critical resistance line in this red rectangle. Until Ethereum's above 2,800, I mean, you'd be cautious getting into Bitcoin even. You have to cross-check these charts. Just because Bitcoin's above a certain level doesn't mean that's all good, you can enter. If Ethereum's still at resistance and it needs an extra 2 or 3% upwards, there's no point rushing in. Just wait for that to occur. That's why on Ethereum, we're looking at something like 2,800, maybe even 2,900 before this market's fully in the clear, alongside Bitcoin breaking out as well. The good news is things like the USDT dominance chart are breaking down. Obviously, USDT dominance breaking down means that money is flowing from USDT into assets, okay? So it means that people are putting their money from stable coins into coins. People are getting more bullish. They're buying more. Seeing a little breakdown here on USDT.d is good to see. And that rhymed heavily. There's a big support line right here starting back from 2019. That would be the next major level to look at. That's where you get cautious in the market again. But until we reach something like that, not the end of the world. It's good to see this breakdown here. Bitcoin dominance, the same story. Really the same story we're telling on Bitcoin, the same story we're telling on Ethereum can be told about altcoins as well. They're starting to look good, okay? But they're not quite there yet. Bitcoin dominance says that very clearly, okay? Rejecting from resistance at the moment on the RSI and the weekly chart. Starting to go down, but no clear breakdown yet, which means no clear strength for altcoins at this point. Just the beginning, signs of hope, the beginning, signs of anticipation for something good to come, but not quite confirmed yet. And so no reason to really be making any major decisions financially in regards to it. As for a couple of things I wanted to mention, I'm actually going to skip it and mention them in the next video. Tomorrow's video, I'm going to look at potential predictions for a Bitcoin bull market. Where will Bitcoin go? How do we exit a Bitcoin bull market? How do we sell? That's a big thing people don't think about enough. They just give you a price prediction and then they don't tell you how to get out of the market. No, you give a price prediction, a vague target, because you can't be too precise. And then you say, but let's, give that a grain of salt. Take that with a grain of salt and actually show you some indicators you need to look at. If these trigger, you get the hell out and you disregard the price prediction. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's important to look at selling indicators, indicators that flash bearish, indicators that mark the top as well. And some things we can look at there is the monthly chart RSI and the 2-week chart RSI as well. We'll discuss that all tomorrow, I think, because that will be a bit of a divergence from the topic. But in today's video, I just wanted to kind of emphasize what happened there on the weekly close. It wasn't a bad weekly candle, but it did certainly reject from resistance very clearly, from the same resistance we've rejected from before. This has happened before, happened in 2021. It's happening again right now. There's no breakout at the moment. There's a hidden resistance line right there in yellow. Keep an eye on all these things. Don't be the guy, don't be the chump who jumps in too early and gets wrecked, because this market is not in a parabolic move yet. It's tempting, it's teasing us that it's going to be going into one soon, but not quite yet. So that's my video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Just leave a comment, say thanks for the video, say what you want, criticize me, give me a compliment, whatever. Helps out the algorithm a lot. I appreciate that, guys. So go ahead and check out a couple more things before we end it. The Bitcoin exchange, I mentioned it at the start of the video, 15% trading fee discount, global non-KYC, everything you could possibly want, and I use this exchange daily, is on this exchange. Use my links down below to sign up. Helps me out, helps you out as well by getting on a good exchange. I'll mention as well the VIP group on Telegram. I give my altcoin trading signals 4 times a week. They have a 78% win rate over the course of 2 years of trading results. Fully transparent. Go and check the win rate for yourself. Very good group chat there as well. 115 members. Check that out if you're interested. And the last thing I'll mention is the Become a Trader 10-unit course, teaching you how to trade cryptocurrency, right? Teaching you how to analyze charts, not just crypto as well, analyze charts in general, stock market charts, precious metals, everything you need. But it is crypto focused, of course, because this is a crypto channel. So all of the content is transparently available on the website. You can see exactly what you're going to get before you buy, and it's on sale right now. So check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you soon.